always roll and the wind never stops. This is our town, baby, you and me. It takes a little time, but soon you will see. We got clothes on the line, blowing in the breeze. The kids on the wharf, skipping rocks in the sea. The people are friendly and the children are free. Yeah, our little town is just heaven to me. This is our town, our little town. This is our town, our little town. One day it's up, the next day it's down. This is our town, our little town. Our town, our little town. Our town, our little town. We got church bells ringing, what a heavenly sound. Young boys driving their dad's car around. We got the prettiest girls walking around. Soon they'll be leaving this old town. We got so many leaving, yeah, chasing their dreams. Say there's nothing here, or so it seems. And they will miss it, someday they'll know. They'll want to return to the town they love so. Our town, our little town. This is our town, our little town. One day it's up, the next day it's down. This is our town, our little town.
Good evening, and welcome to This Week in Review. Tonight's stories include interview with Councillor June Hiscock, this week's weather, changes to the BBS Christmas lineup. These stories plus the BBS playbill, off the rack, and more coming up after this.
What if your family lived in a home on an island you couldn't leave? With limited amounts of food and safe drinking water. It would be very important to make things last, wouldn't it? Especially if your family kept growing and growing and growing. Well, it doesn't matter where your home is, because we all live on an island we can't leave. So please, use only what you need, because supplies truly are limited. We can do that.
On Thursday of this week, Councillor June Hiscock dropped by our studio for an interview. We have with us in our studio today Councillor June Hiscock. Welcome, Ms. Hiscock.
Hi there, Marie.
Thanks for dropping by.
Well, thank you for the opportunity to be on the BBS.
Okay. Now, you, when Mr. Reid introduced you at Council Chambers, he talked that you're going to be doing some work with an anti-litter campaign. So how is that campaign coming along?
Well, one of the first things that we did was our town manager, Mr. Marks, approached the Burgeo Academy and asked if they would like to partner with the town of Burgeo in an anti-litter campaign. They were very positive about the idea. I myself have been cleaning up garbage for a very long time. I lived in St. John's for 20 years, and every year in May there is a program called St. John's Clean and Beautiful. And what happens is people are encouraged to clean up, much like many of the initiatives that have taken place here in Burgeo already. And so I've always been involved in those kinds of things, and also I'm a member of a non-profit organization called Ocean Net, which actually cleans up beaches and shorelines and does a similar thing regarding cleaning up the oceans. And so the campaign itself is just in the very early developmental stages, and that's why I was interested to come and chat with you about that, to see if we could pull in more people, of course, than just Burgeo Academy.
Okay, well, that was my next question. Did you have any success in recruiting any interested individuals to help out with your campaign? I know you had a notice on our Community Channel 10, so did you get any response from that?
Actually, no, I didn't get any response from that. I actually was a little bit disappointed in that I didn't even get a phone call from anybody even asking me what the idea might be behind it or what might be involved, actually. I certainly had quite a number of townspeople stopped me in the past week to ask me if I'd had any response, and many of those people also suggested to me that I would not get any response. So while I'm not surprised, I still am disappointed.
Okay. Now, although, like you just said, you didn't get any response, once you get your committee, or if you're successful in getting your committee, like, how will you approach this litter problem as you see it in Burgeo?
Well, I think that, well, let's just say off the top, my future is going to be in Burgeo. I'm very interested in community issues, community politics. I think that in Burgeo and on the Southwest Coast, we just have enormous potential for the future. We have such beautiful, beautiful countryside. We have a lot of tourism potential. I'm always disappointed when I see so much litter on the ground. And I mean, I would like to acknowledge the fact that, you know, there are many initiatives here in the community. We have groups that get together certain times of the year. The town actually does a promotion in May to have cleanups and those kinds of things. So I'm hoping that all of those people will continue to do those cleanups. But hopefully what I can do in the anti-litter campaign is bring some of those people together so that we could all sort of adopt a cleaner lifestyle just every day. Do you know, because a lot of us sort of go out and do those cleanups on the days when they're happening and there's lots of publicity around the whole province, but for some reason we don't seem to be getting the message out there that this is something we need to adopt into our lifestyle and something that we need to be aware of all the time. My hope is to have a group of people so that next spring, when Earth Day arrives, which is celebrated around the world every year during April, is that we would have the school involved and as many community groups as possible, the RCMP, the town of Burgeo, any nonprofit groups that want to be involved. And there would be a celebration of Earth Day and some cleanup initiatives, whereby maybe in the winter months, January, February, March, there might be contests held in the school for poster images, different kinds of things. Ocean Net as an initiative whereby people who register for shoreline cleanups could actually possibly win $1,000. So I think like that there's money also out there that some of these nonprofit groups could certainly utilize. How we're going to do it, I don't know yet. That's why I was hoping that there might be some interest. I'm interested in talking to possibly teenagers, seniors, all ages of people who might be interested, because I think it's a problem with all ages. I think that there's still kids putting their bar wrappers and pop cans, just throwing them out. I think adults are littering very much. We see cigarette butts littered all over the place. I've just sent major pictures to our Minister of Environment because of some indiscriminate dumping that's happening in Peter Stride's lake area, which would certainly, all that garbage would come from adults. And so somehow all of those things need to be tied in together and awareness raised. But somehow I think we just need to be doing things every day, every day, every day.
Okay. What do you consider to be some of the trouble spots for litter around this town? I know we talked earlier in the week and we identified some spots. So would you care to share what you think would be the trouble spots? Well,
many of the areas that I call hot spots, Main-T Hill is one of them. There seems to be, someone who just dumps that garbage can every time they go up to that aft level sort of thing and dumps the garbage down over the hill. I did try to address some of the litter things, over time, and I keep going back to some of these areas to see, well, maybe that was just, one time that happened. But Main-T Hill is a problem. Down by the co-op, where there is a place for people to sit down, it is frequented by young people, and there's a lot of garbage around there all the time, even though there is a garbage receptacle there. Ditches and drains and fences and those kinds of things, to be fair, there is a garbage service in the community, and so there's a lot of garbage being picked up. Our town employee actually goes out and cleans up a lot of the garbage when there is an excess of it, I guess, or if somebody's brings it to somebody's attention. So I see all the time the drains that are filling up. The playground for me was shocking, actually, to find as much garbage as I did. I did a cleanup recently by myself. Actually, I was by myself for a little while, but then some kids did come along and help me out. Terry Lynn Harris came and helped me out, and Shannon, the other areas with garbage that I'm disappointed about, in front of some of the businesses, I think there could be garbage receptacles. I have approached some business owners who don't have garbage cans, even though they sell a lot of items that kids would actually, litter from. And they say that they have tried putting garbage cans out, but it doesn't work. I really think that we need to put the garbage cans out for the people who do want to use them. If they're not there, of course, how can anybody use them? I do see those as trouble spots as well in some areas around the stores that sell a lot of the, I guess, what's considered junk food.
Okay. Well, obviously you're going to be trying to recruit interested people again to form your committee. I'm assuming they can either call you at the town hall or contact you by your home phone number.
Yes, 886-2069. And also, I did put out a call, actually, and it's not just from the town council's perspective either. It's just me being a concerned citizen. And I think if I wasn't on town council, I'd still be doing that garbage cleanup. It concerns me that we're still littering in Leany Cove on the way up to Sandbanks and those kinds of things. I'm interested, Marie, in just having some dialogue around these issues because I think in this day and age, all of us need to be concerned about what's happening to the earth, and we are so blessed to live in such a wonderful place. And we had Mayor Ann, when he was on the town council, introduced initiatives like Tidy Towns, and we have all of these programs. The Bears do their cleanups, and so hopefully some people will help me to try to figure out how we can address this in a positive and effective way, I guess.
Okay, well, we certainly thank you for coming in and making us aware of the ongoing thing you have with your anti-litter campaign. Anytime you want to come in and give us an update, we'll be more than happy to have you here.
Well, thank you very much for the opportunity, and I'll do that.
Okay. For the past week, Burgeo has been experiencing exceptionally nice weather. For the time of year that it is, we cannot complain about the weather. This past week, we have been experiencing some wonderful weather conditions. To start the week off, we woke up Sunday morning to the sun shining in our windows. All week, the temperatures have been on the plus side. Tuesday, for example, it was +5 and sunny. Wednesday was cloudy with sunny periods with a temperature of 8 degrees. Last year this time, we were warning children to stay off the ponds due to thin ice conditions. Even though we've had a few frosty nights, it has not been cold enough for the ground to freeze or the ponds to catch over. Environment Canada has been telling us that winter temperatures for this year will be up 1 or 2 degrees higher than normal, and that we can expect a mild winter. Last year, our first snowfall was December the 7th. Although we have had a few flurries and a bit of frost, so far this winter we have not had either drastic snowfall. We have not heard many complaints about the weather that we've been experiencing. Everyone seems to be content with these conditions and are hoping it will stay that way. Only Mother Nature and time will tell. As you're aware by now, BBS had to make some changes to its Christmas lineup. Due to the Santa Claus Parade being held on Sunday, December the 11th, BBS had to make changes to its schedules to accommodate all of its Christmas programming. The Santa Claus Parade usually takes place the first week of December, but this year that was changed. In order for BBS to put off all our Christmas programs on the air, we had to reschedule the Christmas radio show and Santa in the studio. The Christmas radio show is usually the last show we air before Christmas. However, due to Santa and Mrs. Claus not being able to get away from the North Pole as early this year, the Christmas radio show took place today. The Lions Santa Claus Parade will take place on Sunday, December the 11th, beginning at 2 p.m. Also on December 11th at 5:30 p.m., drop by the BBS parking lot for the lighting of the town's largest Christmas tree. Santa in the Studio will be aired on Sunday, December the 18th from 2:30 to 4 p.m. Again, this change is due to the busy schedule of Santa and Mrs. Claus. We hope everyone will tune in to our Christmas program and enjoy the holiday fun. Stay tuned for more of This Week in Review coming up after this.
Little things you do that you think are small and few are the things that mean the most to me. So just keep giving whatever you're giving, 'cause even when you're giving just a little,
if you're doing just a little, you're helping a lot.
it helps a lot.
From the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
It helps a lot.
It was 1 year ago on Monday, November the 28th, that the Calder Healthcare Center rededicated their chapel. After months and months of fundraising, the hospital was finally able to make the necessary renovations to the small chapel. It was 1 year ago on Monday of this week that the chapel was rededicated by Reverend Harrison Idle. The weekly worship service at the hospital continues to be a very important part of the residents' lives. It is also a very important part of many of other seniors of our community who come out and attend. The Calder Healthcare Center staff continues to look for new and innovative ways to improve the lives of the long-term residents that live there. The Burgeo Volunteer Fire Department Breakfast with Santa is scheduled for Sunday, December the 18th. Breakfast with Santa is an annual event that the Volunteer Fire Department holds as a fundraiser for their organization. For breakfast, you have your choice of toast, pancakes, or bologna, with tea, coffee, or juice to wash it down. You have heard me say this before. This is one of my favorite events of the Christmas season. It is such a joy to watch the children. Their eyes are aglow with excitement and anticipation for the Christmas morning. Santa will be at the far all greeting everyone, talking with the children, and having pictures taken. For parents, they too seem to get great satisfaction from this event. Here they get a chance to relax and enjoy the fellowship of family and friends. This is the perfect opportunity to meet and greet people that are home for Christmas that you haven't had a chance to chat with in a while. Be sure to make plans to come to the Fire Hall on Sunday, December the 18th for the Fire Department Breakfast with Santa. Stay with us for Off the Rack and the BBS Playbill, all after this. Off the Rack. This week, as we scanned our tape rack, we came across some highlights from the Lions annual Santa Claus Parade. Let's look back to December 1992.
Pick up a load of kids every year, I think.
I guess it's every child's dream to get a ride on a fire truck.
Was it yours?
Yes, but they never let me on, Dave.
You tried.
Yeah, I tried. Cried and cried and they still wouldn't let me on.
Oh, I see. They're going to be stopping for a minute now while the RCSCC Bob Bartlett Sea Cadet Corps rejoins the parade.
They had to stop into the fire hall, get warmed up. It's a bit chilly day marching around.
Yeah. It's not too bad, though, considering it is the 13th of December.
Yeah, it's rather nice, actually.
As you can see, the fire truck is followed by the fire van and Sibley's ambulance. As you can see now, the Sea Cadets are forming up once again. They're getting ready to rejoin the parade.
Kids are starting to come back out on the road now, Dave. So, color party in the guard. Leading out the parade as they always do.
Seems like there are quite a number of cadets there this year, Clint.
Yes, I believe there's 50.
54, I think.
Something like that.
Somewhere around there, anyway.
And there goes the Sea Cadet Marching Band. Followed by the new recruits.
As you can see, some of the clowns are joining in, marching along.
Seem to be doing a pretty good job too, Dave.
Yeah, not too bad at all.
4 clowns.
Yeah. Now we have the Sea Cadet float coming. This year the Sea Cadets have a tank, Dave.
With Santa Claus on top.
Santa's on top. Looks like Santa might be traveling in a different style this year.
It looks that way to me too, Dave.
Next we have the Burgeo Wolf Cubs.
And they've got, Dave, they got wolves on their truck.
Ooh. Next float coming up now is Double L Riding Stables. They have a miniature barn and a Christmas tree. Don't see any horses though.
No, I didn't notice any either, Dave.
They must be in the barn.
Figure they might have ridden one along just for the ride. And there's the Burjo Hospital float.
Oh, looks like Frosty's trying to take over Santa's job.
Yeah. And there's the Burjo Bears.
Ah, Care Bears, Burjo Bears.
I guess so.
Ah, make the connection.
Kind of go together.
Yeah. Next one we have now is the Lioness.
And their Troll Christmas.
Troll Christmas. You notice none of those clowns are giving us any treats?
No, I don't. I noticed that too, Dave.
That's the Ground Search and Rescue, just went by there.
I think we're going to complain. Try to get some treats brought in.
Uh-huh. Next we have the Burjo Boy Scouts. It's sponsored by Variety Quick Shop. It's the Lodge. It's Jack in the Box.
Looks like Jack's gone there, Dave.
Yeah. This is the Pathfinder's float.
Well, I hope that young girl on the
Christmas-
slide don't come off.
Uh-huh.
They're being followed by the Burjo Lions Club.
And that's being followed by our very own Storytime crew.
There goes our crew again, Dave.
Yeah, complete with our clowns.
We're going to have a talk with that crew. They haven't even come in to help.
No. This is a thank you notice from the Lions Club.
And there goes the high school float, Santa's Workshop.
Workshop.
Oh, Dave, our floats start right in front of us.
Well, it seems to have a little bit of a tie-up here. Okay, things are moving again now. This is A.J. Matthews Elementary School. Give the gift of literacy.
Yeah, that's it, Dave. That's a good message, even for the holiday season. Everybody needs to learn how to read.
That's right. Next we have TRA Newfoundland. Newfoundland, right?
Newfoundland, that's
Yeah.
right. Also Canada.
Santa's coming by ship. I guess he must be going to Newfoundland.
And there's the old fire truck, Dave.
Yeah, 1972.
I believe so. And even that one's loaded.
That one's still loaded with kids.
1972, and she's still good.
Oh, yeah. And here he comes, once again.
The man that we've all been waiting for.
Santa and Mrs. Claus.
Oh, they do have one reindeer.
Yeah, wonder which one it is, though.
Looks like Rudolph, I believe.
Yeah.
BBS Playbill. Tune in on Tuesday for a rebroadcast of Pansy's Garden. Try your luck on Wednesday by playing Sand and Sea TV Bingo with a $500 jackpot. Join Pansy and the gang for 2 stories, a craft, and lots of fun on Saturday morning at 11 a.m. on Pansy's Garden. And I'll be here again next week with This Week in Review. Please join us next week for live coverage of the Lions' annual Santa Claus Parade beginning at 2 p.m. Join us also again at 5:30 p.m. for live coverage of the lighting of the BBS Christmas tree. For This Week in Review, I'm Marie Rose. Good night and God bless.